Chapter 1: The Fireball. In the fall of 1896, a meteorite landed in a field 10 miles outside of Carruthers Corners, Indiana. It was discovered by a farm boy named Beauregard Madison. He had seen it streak across the sky, a fireball that made an odd hissing sound. At the time, he'd been about a quarter-mile away, looking for a stray cow named Bluebell. He swore that the ground shook from the meteorite's impact. Bo located the small crater without much effort, for it landed near his father's grain silo. The stone structure had been damaged by the space object's downward trajectory, knocked it right over. The darkened round object he found was no bigger than a Chicago-style softball. There it lay, at the center of a deep impression in the ground, like an egg in a nest. To young Bo Madison's amazement, the meteorite wasn't hot to the touch, even though he'd witnessed its fiery descent. A simple country boy, he knew nothing about astrophysics. Meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere at very high speeds, 25,000 to 160,000 miles per hour, but similar to firing a bullet into water, a meteoroid rapidly decelerates as it penetrates the atmosphere. This drag causes the meteoroid to lose much of its velocity while still several miles up. At this retardation point, it begins to accelerate again at 32 feet per second squared due to the pull of gravity. The meteorite quickly reaches a terminal velocity of 200 to 400 miles per hour before impacting the ground. During this final free fall, the meteorite experiences very little frictional heating and often reaches the ground at a temperature only slightly above the ambient atmosphere. Bo Madison picked up the rock with its blackened crust and hefted it in his hand. Not heavy, about 10 pounds at most. He carried it home and set it on the dresser next to his bed. In 2017, the so-called Madison meteorite would be a prime attraction at the Carruthers Corners Historical Society, placed on display in the Society's wing of the Paracock Museum of Science and History. The new museum can be found up there on Hijinks Hill, overlooking the patchwork pattern of the small Indiana town. The meteorite had been donated to the Society by Beauregard Hollingsworth Madison IV, the now 60-year-old son of that 14-year-old boy who discovered the space rock. Legend had it the meteorite killed a man when it landed, but the current Bo Madison refused to talk about that. What actually took place remains a family secret. That was about to change, but it would take a murder to make it happen.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.